Do you want to be in control of your career? Do you want to make the most out of your job and your skills and live a more rewarding, fulfilling, and even progressive career life? You will, because you can. I am Karen Olege, a career strategist and coach. Welcome to Career Growth with Karen, where we empower ourselves to meet our career aspirations. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Like the content, share, even press the notification bell so that you do not miss out on any episode every Tuesday morning. In today's episode, we will still be discussing, remember last week when we started the series on when to know it is time to quit your job, which we handled last time. And this time we will be handling, now that you know it is time to quit your job, how do you position yourself for the next great opportunity? So let's get started. This is Career Growth with Karen. Welcome back to Career Growth with Karen, where today we are talking about how do you position yourself for the right opportunities or for the best opportunities that you need. So I will begin by saying, even while looking for jobs, you're not just looking for an increase in salary. You must really be able to define the kind of job that you want. And especially when you're progressing as a career person, I know at graduate level, probably for your first job, you are likely to just take any opportunity that will come your way, because at that time you just want to explore the career market, to explore the employment space and figure out what really is for you. But as you go ahead, you want to narrow down into something. You want to go on as you refine and define what kind of opportunities you want and weed out other things, so that you're not just applying for everything, but you're going for the jobs that are intended for you. So how do you position yourself for the right job? Number one is to define clearly the kind of opportunities you want. Define the kind of opportunity you want. Before you start any job application processes, please have a definition of what kind of opportunities you want. Get to understand, do I want a remote job, a hybrid job, or an on-site job? Do I want a managerial role, a supervisory role, or I just want to be a specialist team player? You know, all those kinds of things are considerations to make when you're in the process of thinking about your next opportunity. And you want to be very honest with yourself about this, because most of the time we only look at the money, but then now you consider only the money, and then you go into a job which cannot serve you. For example, it's 100% an on-site job. For example, for me, I know I cannot do an 100% on-site job, because I want a mix of being able to interact with people as much as possible, you know, that personal interaction, but at the same time a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of solitude to just allow me to have my creativity and my innovation going on. And if I'm constantly confined in a space, then it affects negatively my creativity. I'm unable to think well, and therefore I would like a good mix of the two. So if I find a job that is totally on-site, of course I know that I have messed up, and most of us, we go into jobs that are not good for us, and then you still find you are still unfulfilled, you're still dissatisfied. They're giving you the money that you want, but you're still dissatisfied. Maybe you're being given a managerial role and you are not a people person, you don't want to manage teams. You would have better off been in a specialist role, but you did not define that. So please define the kind of opportunities you want. Is it remote or is it on-site? The kind of industries that you want to work in. Do you want to work in banking, in public sector, in insurance? Again, there are people who just don't like certain organizations. You know, there are people who don't want to work in government, for example. There are others who don't want to work in insurance. There are others who don't want to work in banking. Others don't want to work in education institutions and all of that. So figure out, what are the kind of industries that you like? What are the kind of problems that you like to solve? What are the kind of jobs that you want to do? What amount of travel do you want to be involved in? You don't want to go to a job that is 60% travel, and maybe at that time you have a young family, and now you start again being dissatisfied, because here you are, you have a good job, good money, but they're constantly asking you to be away from your home, which is something that you cannot take in at that particular time. And just as soon as you get into that job, you already want to leave. So be very clear in the kind of opportunities that you're looking for. The second thing is to define the kind of benefits that you're looking for based on your life stage. Define the benefits that you're looking for. And this is very important. And remember, here I'm talking about especially people who have been in employment 5 years and above. You are starting to refine your path. You are now not taking everything. You're starting to refine your path. Be very clear on the kind of benefits that you're looking for based on your life stage. Guys, I don't know how many times I will repeat this in this episode, that it's not all about the money. It's not all about the money. Based on your life stage, there are some benefits that you want to negotiate for. For example, most of us, when you're earlier on in your career, I'm going to make assumptions here because life stage is not linear for everyone. There are people who they get out of school already, they have a family, so they're already in a family setup. There are others who take longer to get into families and all of that. So our life stages are not the same. But when you're a young professional, maybe you do not have any family commitments. If I give you, for example, if you go into an organization and I'm giving you a very good education benefit for your children, it will not be of any value to you because you don't have any children. If I'm giving you maybe a relocation package together with your dependents, it's not going to make sense to you because you don't have dependents. But at that point, if I give you, for example, a training budget and I tell you, in this organization, I'm able to take you for a master's, for a PhD, for certification courses. At that time, those things may excite you because you are free enough to want to do lots of training, lots of learning, lots of studying, formal and informal. Maybe later on in your life, when maybe now you are at the point where maybe now you have started your family and you have young children and all of that. At that point, you may not really want a lot of training packages because even if I tell you I can sponsor your masters, you're thinking, okay, the masters, the children, the work, and all of these things, you may not be able to take up that offer. But at that moment, if I gave you, for example, an education cover for your children, if I gave you a good medical, now those things would make sense to you. So based on the life stage that you are in, be very clear on which benefits are non-negotiables. And I have seen people who just make the jump because of the gross pay. You're just saying, okay, these people, they have given me a 40% increment on my basic pay, you move. But then they have moved and then they have found the place where they went to, they don't have a sufficient medical cover. Here they are with 4 children. Those children start getting sick. You now start taking money out of your pocket, out of that 40% increment they gave you, to start fending for children who are unwell. So it's not just a negotiation about money. It's a negotiation about, based on my life stage, I want to have a good medical cover. I want to have maybe good training opportunities. I want a good pension. So as I'm looking for jobs, I'm looking for jobs that will also cover me as far as these benefits are concerned. The third thing is now to look for this kind of jobs. Where are these jobs found? Remember, now in the first 2 things, you're trying to define your ideal jobs. And remember, when you're defining, when I said think about, define the job that you're looking for, we have must-haves, which are the non-negotiables, and then we have the good-to-haves. Yeah, so you're not being rigid and saying this list of 20 things is what I must get in a job. No, you're saying these 3 or 4 are my non-negotiables. These are the 10 things would be good to have, and therefore you're looking for a job that's, number 1, it must give you all the non-negotiables, and then it can give you a good number or a majority of the good-to-haves. Now, at that point, you have defined the kind of career that you want to get into, the kind of job, the kind of industry, the examples of companies that you want to work in. Maybe you want to work in NGO and you have even listed down 3 or 4. You could like to work in telcos. You have listed down 3 or 4. You could like to work maybe in education institutions. You've listed down a number of them. So now you're ready to start to apply for the jobs that you want. Guys, it's not about applying for every job that seems like you have gotten the qualification. It's about applying for the job that you indeed need to be applying for. So where are these jobs found? Get yourself in the right places to find these jobs. These days, I know we all just use LinkedIn, which is very, very good because LinkedIn is a professional site and they do give lots of jobs. But at the same time, LinkedIn is not a job board. Yeah. So be sure to use job boards. And what do I mean by job boards? Job boards are platforms that are paid by employers to advertise their jobs. So that means it is very hard or very rare for you to find a fake job on a job board. For example, job boards like Fuzu, like Move Me Back, Pareti, Direct Hire, Job Central, all of these things. And we have job boards that are specific for industries. For example, if you're looking for jobs in agribusiness, we have job boards that are only focused on jobs in agribusiness. We have job boards that are focused on IT and software development jobs. We have job boards that are focused on finance careers only. E-finance careers is an example. We have job boards that are focused on project management careers only. So be sure to get the job board that actually just specifies in your kind of job or in your kind of role. And also make sure that you are in an actual job board and not only LinkedIn. Don't just rely on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn also has so many these days. Unfortunately, there is also so many fake jobs because people are just trying to pull traffic towards their direction. And at the same time, we also have unupdated jobs, like a job that was posted last year. It's still active there, so you're wasting your time applying, and yet this position was closed a long time ago. So be sure to use job boards and register in as many job boards as you would. Then the fourth thing is talk to people. Talk to your networks about your job search and the kind of opportunities that you're looking for. Remember, you've already defined the kind of job that you want. So be free to talk to people. Guys, it's not a weakness when you tell people you're looking for work. I don't understand why sometimes we behave as though, it's some kind of stigma. Oh my gosh, you're looking for work, you don't have work. No. Tell people that I'm looking for these kinds of opportunities. Tell your networks as much as possible, because they can also connect you to the places where these jobs are. The fifth thing, spruce up your LinkedIn and other online profiles. Again, I don't know what your experience with LinkedIn is. You may not really have had any recruitment going on for you in LinkedIn, but I can guarantee you, and if you can go back and watch the episode that we had with recruiters, every recruiter right now talks about LinkedIn. Every recruiter is going back to your LinkedIn profile to check, in LinkedIn profiles to check your CV, to check your profile and see whether you're qualified for a certain job. People are massively headhunting on LinkedIn. So please make sure that your LinkedIn profile is spruced up, which is one of the things that Career Growth with Karen does, and you can reach out to us using the email in the description box, or reach out to anyone else who can help you spruce up your LinkedIn. You can even go to YouTube and just check out certain videos that can help you spruce up your LinkedIn profile. Also, don't forget other online profiles. I've talked about job boards. When you go to job boards, make sure you actually spruce up your profile on that job board. If it's on Fuzu, on Brighter Monday, on Pareti, make sure that you indeed have a profile that well represents you, not just your name. That will really help for the recruiters and the headhunters to find you when they are looking for someone in a certain job. The other thing you need to do, of course, is to spruce up your CV and now get ready and prepare yourself for interviews. Again, guys, I don't know how people just trust themselves with things. Yeah, always get a second look for your CV. And I'm saying this because I have had the opportunity to look at a few of my friends' CVs, and sometimes I look at it and I'm like, hey guys, you're missing out on very important things that would get you shortlisted. And we know your CV is the first point of interaction between you and the recruiter. So if it misrepresents you, most of you are qualified, you merit, you have the right experience, but it is not well reflected in your CV. And that's why you're applying for the right jobs, but you're also not getting an opportunity to interview. So what I would encourage you is get somebody to help you work through your CV. Reach out to us, reach out to any other career coach out there who is good at it, and they will help you spruce up that CV. And finally, of course, all the best in the job search. So remember to begin by defining the kind of opportunities you want to go for, and don't be caught up in greed. Once you have defined the opportunities that you want to go for, apply. Be very selective in how you apply. Don't apply for everything. Apply for the few things that are actually intended for you, the few jobs that are actually aligned to you. Make sure that you qualify for them, spruce up your LinkedIn and your CV, and you will be on the path to the next opportunity. That brings me to the end, ladies and gentlemen, of this particular episode. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like the content, share it, leave a comment, tell us how else you can get ready or you can position yourself for your next big opportunity. And also, please inform your friends, everyone, let them come to this channel, subscribe and follow it. Do not forget to follow me on my social media handles on LinkedIn at Karen Olege, in Facebook, and on Instagram and TikTok as Career Growth with Karen. Remember, we also have career coaching, custom career coaching and career consulting services. Reach out to me using the email address in the description box. Until next time, see you.